Los Diablos podcast. So
Nice.
this is Alex and
Yeah.
Austin. Um, Literally two dudes on a Skype chat.
Mm-hmm.
Both grew up in border town of McAllen, Texas. So one of the first decisions we made right off the bat was to not follow any of the rules that you would see online. We're not going to define an audience. We're not going to define a target discussion board. So
Just two
we're
guys
just gonna
doing the
two
thing.
dudes just talking about stuff. So
Yeah.
figured two dudes talking about stuff. So figured the best way to get started was for us to do a little interview of each other. So this first episode, about 15, 20 minutes long, will be me interviewing Austin. Could be longer than 20 minutes. I don't know. I apologize if it is. So
Yeah.
it'll be short and sweet. So Austin, tell me about yourself. Where'd you grow up? Who's your best redheaded friend? Where are
Yeah,
you
right.
now?
Yeah. Um, um, no, I would say that growing up in the valley, at least where we went to school. I think there's certain
Well, stop there. Where's the valley?
the valley for us
Yeah,
would be in Texas. If people would be familiar with Laredo, I feel like that's the place. South Padre Island,
Browns. Yeah,
yeah,
45
Brownsville,
minutes. 45 minutes due west of South Padre.
yeah.
Until you hit the border, basically.
hmm And the border's fun too. The border
Yeah.
was growing up. Yeah, me and
So
Deborah,
t-
one of our friends, we would go to Mexico. We'd go to Mexico. A bunch of us.
how old were you?
What? I had to be like 15 or 16, 16.
16
Yeah,
years old.
yeah,
Austin
16.
Garza in Mexico.
Yeah, right. Just to think, getting dollar shots. You know.
I was just about to say, I'm sure booze was not involved.
Yeah. No, definitely was.
So what's your favorite memory of getting drunk 15 years old, 16 years old in Mexico?
I think now, I'm like, dude, that was so reckless. Like, that was
Hey,
so
you didn't end up as a member of the cartel, so at least you got that going for you.
Yeah, right. Oh my god. Or that I was never involved in any like situation like that, but I always heard stories, and I always heard crazy stories about that.
hmm
Like,
you remember when that guy got his tongue cut out and they set his friend on fire because he shot that
yeah, something like
kid?
that. I heard a story like that way back
Yeah.
when.
So
Something
to describe
crazy.
to describe to the audience what this story's about. So I was probably a junior in high school, senior maybe. You're a
Yeah,
sophomore.
I was right after you, a sophomore.
So there was a 2 class difference between you and I. I was 2 classes older. Anyway, guy went down to a club in Mexico and was running his mouth and ended up in a fight with the wrong guy, and the guy ended up shooting the other guy,
Yeah,
and turns out he was the son of like a big wig in the cartel. So the dude goes down to Mexico the next weekend like an idiot, drinking, partying, whatever, and those two dudes, it was him and a friend, got bags thrown over their heads, kidnapped. The one, not the one that did the shooting, but the friend got his tongue cut out, and they sent the tongue in the mail to his parents with like a ransom. And then they let the kid call his parents without a tongue. And
that's
they're like,
so
if you ever want to
crazy,
see your
dude.
son again, like they were asking for some amount of money, a large amount of money. And then the other kid, they just burned him alive, the one that actually shot the cartel member's son. So that's a fun story.
I think that's a story, dude. I remember seeing like a video or something like that, like of them just like, I don't know, cartels, some vicious people, whoever they are, they're bad people.
So
And I'm
so
just glad.
you didn't end up a cartel member, which is good.
No,
You're getting drunk, 16 years old in Mexico.
yeah.
Tell me about what happens after 16.
What,
You,
16?
so
I don't
you're
know. I was,
so you're a junior and a senior in high school. What's
yeah,
going on
junior,
in Austin
senior in high
Garza's
school.
life?
Oh my gosh, dude, it's such a blur. It literally is just such a blur with the roller coaster of a life that I would like I said, I would indulge in. It was just crazy. Crazy.
Indulgent. Well, tell me more about being indulgent.
Right.
What were you indulging in?
What, man? Just from
Come on,
going
don't be shy.
from going
Spit
to
it out.
no, I'm just saying. I'm just thinking of how reckless I was as a kid, and then
Yeah,
now.
we
Oh
all
my
did dumb stuff when we were a kid. Yeah.
yeah. This is
We've done a lot. I already know all the dumb stuff. I'm just asking because I'm trying
yeah,
to get it out of you.
I'm trying
So
to think, no, but I'm just saying like I'm trying to think like we did so many. Even myself by myself, I did so many bad things. Like it's like pretty bad.
well,
Um,
tell me the story real quick about the
or
time tell me the story real quick about the time your cousins got stabbed throwing
oh
oranges
my
at
god,
cars. Tell me that story real quick.
that's an in-depth story. You would have to like
So let me summarize it real quick then. Your
oh my,
cousins are throwing oranges at cars.
yeah.
We're playing poker at my house with everybody over, and we get the call that like Waldo is in the ICU, whatever,
Yeah, it was like
intensive.
it
Yeah,
was
which is your cousin.
yeah,
Um,
he wasn't it wasn't any of them. It was more Joey and Ahosa, Vinny and Rudy the Rock. They were like all in Waldo's grade
yeah,
at that time. And I don't know, my dad, I remember him like the next day he's like I remember him talking shit to me because he told me something along the lines like, "Man, dude, you're just lucky you weren't over there. Like, you're glad you weren't over there because you probably would have been one of the idiots to get fucking stabbed or something."
yeah.
Whatever,
Well,
man.
that's because you're with me. I basically saved your life, so you're welcome.
Yeah, right. Oh my gosh, even then, I
Not the
remember
only time.
there was like something, I don't know what it was, but Danny Madrano, he was saying that someone was talking shit to him. And I remember he was at your house. I think one of Abby's friends, your sister, I think.
Different story now. This is a different story.
No, but I'm saying though, like it all, I think it like all ties together. At least in the sense of like, I don't know, just having like beef with
So
people.
so Danny Madrano, our best friend that's all of 5'1" tall, who always instigated everything.
Yeah. I remember he had uh, someone had invited someone from Mackay to your house. I'm just thinking about little quarrels that we would get into.
No, that was at your house, remember? You called me and said there's a bunch of Mac High guys, rival high school, at your house, and then they ended
Yeah,
up in a fight.
That was Memorial, dude. Yeah, that was
Who
McCall
knows?
Memorial. Yeah, yeah, right.
Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. We got
Yeah.
into some fights as kids. So,
No, man. Yeah.
what happens after high school?
After high school, I attempt college, and then
Where?
at STC, it's South Texas College.
Yeah, South Texas
And
Community
then
College.
terrible freaking. I didn't know what was going on. You know, I don't think growing up, I don't think I had like good direction. I would
Yeah,
say.
good guidance.
Yeah, no good mentorship or anything like that along the lines of like
Yeah.
what to aspire to be or anything like that.
Well, thanks, because I was a big part of your growing up, so that makes
No,
me feel
I'm thinking
good.
your
I'm
family.
just joking. Yeah.
No, but even then, like if you think about it, like your family was a security blanket, man. For real, like
Yeah.
that was pretty awesome, dude. I'm lucky that I had you guys because at times I didn't have a place, to go or anything like that.
Well,
And
I know we were talking about it the other night, but just for a fill in here, Austin would frequently miss curfew by like 2 minutes, and then your dad would lock the door and kick you out, and
yeah,
you'd call
pretty
me
much,
at like
dude.
12:02, and I'd be like, "Oh, Austin missed curfew." Be like, "Hey, dude, my dad kicked me out of the house," and I'd be like, "Yeah, dude, come on over."
Yeah,
And we'd hang out and just didn't
but
drink, didn't smoke, did nothing. We were just chilling, just playing
yeah,
Xbox or whatever we were doing back then.
yeah, I remember that. But your house was so chill, like we could chill in separate places, like we didn't have to be.
Yeah.
It was so great. It was
And
so
then
great.
we could take Sunday afternoon naps.
Yeah, true. But I think your family made it easy because they were so spread out. You have a big family, and
Yeah.
At least for me, I'm
For
imagining where like I was the only one there that wasn't related to you guys. So
yeah,
it was
for
like just
all,
being able to hang out with so many different people. Like
yeah.
you're used to each other. That there's
Also, for more background on the Brummel family, I'm the oldest of four siblings,
Mhm.
all 2 years apart, all best friends, and Austin was basically our brother. I mean, you spent a lot of time. You and Robert Lewandowski. People would
Oh
come
my
over
gosh,
and
that guy.
people would come
I don't
over
know.
and be like, people would come over and be like, why is nobody else here? Like, where are all the friends
Oh my,
at?
dude,
Be
we would
like,
get
oh
so
yeah,
bad.
they all went home,
That's
but
a
they'll be
hard
back
time.
later.
Kevin Lewis would give Ladowski such a hard time.
Oh yeah, man. Good good times though.
Yeah.
So so you get done with high school, what
Oh
or
yeah.
you a fail attempt at going to community college and
Yeah.
then you go to the army basically?
Yeah. So joining the army, and they took me pretty quick, man. They took me pretty quick, and I needed something to do. I needed something to do because I dropped out of school. I dropped out of college, and then from there it was like my dad was just giving me an ultimatum. And the girl I was dating at the time, her family did the same thing. It was like, hey, if you're not going to be going to school, like you need to be doing something progressive. And
Yeah.
my dad being my grandfather was in the army. He was a veteran of the Korean War, and then my dad, he was in the army in the early '80s or late '80s, and I think early '90s. Yeah, but veteran of Desert Storm, and then it was me who joined in 2010. Yeah, March of 2010. I joined the army. It was so crazy, dude. The army was a trip. The army was definitely a trip.
What most appealed to you about the army? What was like the most appealing factor?
I thought I didn't really know what to expect initially when I first joined. When I first joined, it was just like fuck something to do. Like I was like, damn, this is the best thing, and everybody was so embracing it for it. They're like, fuck yeah, this guy's doing something, you know. Like, fuck.
Joining the army, yeah. So it was like an acknowledgement, like people it was more of a way for you to like prove to other people that you were doing something with your life.
I would say like that. I guess that push in that direction, and then I don't know. I think my me having family members and even my dad and my grandfather, or yeah, family members being in the military just made it easy.
Yeah.
I guess I understand a little bit more to transition, but that was yeah, it was probably me looking at it now is the best. It was the best thing for me to do. There's so many
Yeah.
there's so many more opportunities that I have that I wouldn't have had if I didn't.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So how long were you in the army?
I was in the army for 8 years.
8 years.
So
And how long have you been out?
been out since 2017, December of 2017. Man,
So
that's been rough too, man. That's been rough.
what's been rough about it?
Just the transition, like getting out, and then I don't know. There's so many.
What's hard about getting out?
My family's dysfunctional, dude. My
Yeah.
family's super dysfunctional, man. Oh my gosh. Out of at least in the army, there was like order. You know, there was like
Yeah.
it was easy to understand. Easy to
Yeah.
understand. You know, focus on what you need to do.
You're just told what to do all the time.
Well, not necessarily that, or that, but at the same time, like you would still like everything functioned. Like
Mm-hmm.
you had a spot, you were a leg of the bigger picture. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You're part of that.
Yeah.
And I would say out here it's not that way. You know, out here you really got what I've noticed, and even in the military, a lot of men lack mentorship, like they lack direction.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one thing that I would say men in general lack. Like growing up, if you're not coming from a strong family or anybody like that, like it's hard to find an attachment in the sense of like projecting yourself to being something extra. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
I don't know, like back in the day or something. It's not as gritty
Well,
anymore.
yeah, I hear that. And lucky growing up to have a really great mentor, you know.
Yeah. No. Yeah. For sure.
My dad, I work with my dad now, you know. He's a mentor to me every day. So I, I feel blessed for that because I know a lot of people don't have that, and it's something that's
Yeah.
needed, and it sucks.
No, for sure, dude.
And the
For sure.
army gave you that, basically, that kind of sense of direction and that.
Well, there's just so many. There are just so many people that there's just too many older people in there that have been there, done that. You know,
Yeah.
of anything that you're gonna experience, I guess,
Mhm.
or at least myself. But I don't know. You have people. There was those are things that I think it was like Steve Jobs. There's some quotes that I just like, but he said to be a good artist is not to be a good um, thief, but to be a good copycat. So like if you see things from different people, I don't know. At least for myself, like I like to take I don't know good advice.
Mhm.
I think that's the way I do it. And I've worked with a couple people that were just great leaders, man. Great leaders, good
Mhm.
examples of what to be or what you
Yeah.
want. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I would say that, and then the army just gives you a good base. If you don't
Yeah.
have anything, it's going to teach you something.
Mhm. Oh
So
yeah. It's gonna teach you a lot.
yeah, yeah.
What's
So
what's uh
um,
what's your craziest army story? Give me your best army story.
oh my gosh. Um, okay, well, I have one. I have one when I was in Afghanistan, and then I have one when I was here stateside in New York. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
So in New York, so there's garrison life, and then there's like deployment life. You know, I guess what do they say? I forgot what it's called. Um, but anyhow, so I was in New York, and I was the mailman for my battalion in garrison, like back stateside. It was
Yeah.
awesome, man. It was so awesome. Being the
Mhm.
mailman taught me it connected you with everybody. I swear, dude, it connected you with
I
everybody.
know.
It was
Yeah.
it was such a great way to build friendships, relationships in the army, man. It was cool.
Mhm.
Cool.
So
So
you're a
yeah,
mailman in
so
the
I was
army.
a mailman. And my unit at the time was was working out of West Point. West Point's about an hour and a half away from New York City.
Okay.
Um, so these people, I think, with federal policy, I think the mail can't be withheld for over 30 days without without I guess whoever distributing their mail or handling their mail for them not to have an opportunity to see it. So anyway,
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm there. I get a driver. They let me, or they tell me that I have to drop it off. That I can be there for the night. That you're not attached to the unit there. You're just there to drop it off. When you wake up, you wake up. Drive back. It's over a weekend. See ya. So they're like, cool. So I got a company card. A company car. Both things. Drive over there. Have a driver. Bertram, you guys don't like the guy at all. Still, if I see him, like just I don't like. Um, but so we go over there, and my two buddies, I had two buddies, Morales and Garcia, um, and we they're like, hey, dude, my friend Morales, he wants to go to New York City. He wants to go. He wants to go so bad. And I was like, man, dude, we have a curfew. There's a thing that formation, morning formation, whatever. Dude, there's a chance you guys can get caught, whatever. And he's like, man, when's the next time we're gonna be, having an opportunity to go on, to the city? We have our own car right now. You got the, the company car, the Italian vehicle. I was like, dude. Anyways, we're going back and forth with it. Finally, we convince ourselves to, go to New York City.
Of
Yeah,
course.
dude. Yeah, right. That's always a good move. So we
Mhm.
go to New York City, or they have after hours. Things don't close at 4. Things don't close until 4, and they still have after hours closed that close until like 6 or 7. So
Gotcha.
we don't. I don't think we know that until we actually get there. But oh my gosh, everything like we go to the mall. We buy some clothes on the way. Everything, because we're in uniform.
Mm-hmm.
They're all training. So we have a car. Everything. We drive over there, and we go out. So my friend Garcia, I don't know how this guy finagled this, but we go to this one club that we're trying to get into, but it's invite only, and this guy convinces the guy at the door to let us in, and we get in, but we can only let 2 people in, and my friend Morales is like, well, he's the driver, it was his idea to go to New York City.
Yeah.
He's the driver, so it's like, hey, dude, you got to be sober, man. We're gonna go inside. So we walk, we go in, elevator takes us up, dude. We walk into that place. Oh my gosh, man. There's like the coolest club I've ever seen. But it's like glass going all the way around the club pretty much. You could see the city. And there's a pool in there. People are jumping in and out of this pool.
Damn.
Yeah, it was a crazy.
Bougie.
Yeah, dude, for sure. Craziest club I've ever been to. And I'm just there and I'm like, sitting like, dude, you're in New York City right now. Like, like,
you made it.
But seeing that, anyways, dude, we forget that club closes until 4, so we party our asses off, dude. Me and my friend Garcia. So, anyways, we forget that everything closes at 4, so we stumble out drunk, dude, and it takes like an hour and a half or something like that to get back. So anyhow, it's 4 o'clock. Yep, it's 4 o'clock. We're walking out, and my friend Morales, we all forget where we parked. So there's 2 wasted dudes, and Morales, and we finally find it, and I'm trying to help him navigate out of New York City. But
what did Morales do while you guys went to the club?
I have no fucking no idea, man.
You guys just totally just left him out to dry.
Yeah, dude,
I'd have done the same thing.
Hey, he was the DD, man.
Hey, you're the DD. Thanks a lot, buddy.
So anyhow, we're there and I'm trying to help this guy navigate out of New York City, and I fall asleep, bro. I just remember waking up briefly, like on the way over there. He gets stopped for speeding.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
It's so wrong, dude. So anyhow, he gets stopped for speeding.
How old are you when all this is going down?
Oh, man, let me think. Probably like 22, 23.
I was going to say 21, 22, 23, somewhere in there.
Yeah, 22 maybe. Yeah,
okay, so Morales gets stopped for speeding.
Yeah, Morales gets stopped for speeding, and whatever, he takes the ticket. He's sober. It doesn't matter. Me and Garcia are passed out in the back. It didn't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
So we're putting our clothes back on, our uniforms. We're tossing our clothes. So if they check the vehicle, we're just in uniform.
Just trashing the clothes that you just bought?
Yeah. No, money wasn't an object. I don't think that's so reckless at a young age making money. So we dump our stuff, and as we're driving back, we got to come up with an excuse. Me, I'm solo. I can go whenever I want. So I'm not really playing a part, but my buddy Morales and Garcia, they have to be at formation at like 6 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or it took us 30 minutes to find the vehicle. He gets stopped. They're already late, dude. You gotta think that they're already late.
Yeah.
They're looking for him. So, anyways, there's this trail in West Point. I forgot what it's called, but it's on a peak, and you can run up there in the mornings.
Yeah.
Whatever. And they were saying that they might have been there. Anyways, we're talking amongst ourselves, like Garcia, Morales, and I. We're talking. We're like, man, we got to figure this out. So my
you guys are screwed.
I'm gonna take the rap for this. I was like, all right, easy. Thanks, man.
All right, bro. Yeah, cool. Thanks.
Hey, dude, by all means, we're gonna stay.
Yeah.
What time do you have? So he's like, let's just say that I went out around West Point. We were looking out for me. and you guys just wanted to help a battle buddy out, so you want to go pick me up. I was like, sweet, that's perfect. Don't change the plan. So I'm so hungover, dude. Like I'm so drunk. Like I know
You're in
that
a terrible space. Yeah, you're in like the worst position
yeah,
possible,
dude, just
basically.
sleep deprived, the whole nine, dude.
Yeah.
So like I'm putting down my uniform, I have my uniform on, and they're looking for us. So I'm grabbing the mail, pretending like I'm doing my job, whatever. Part,
Yeah. Look the role.
And I remember, so there's a sergeant first class, at least for an artillery unit, and they call him the master gunner. There's a position that he can hold where he's like he's like the SME or the subject matter expert. He's the guy who knows that particular
He's the
stuff.
dude. Yeah.
So anyways, MG
not the dude that you want yelling at you.
No. MG Richards, he
What's MG?
Master Gunner.
Master Gunner. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So MG Richards, he sees me and he's like, Garza, and he was a Southern guy, a white guy, bald, glasses. He'd been in for a minute, but he he was just like, Garza, like he just he attacked me. He was just like, where were you, whatever, and I was like, I forgot what I said. I forgot, but he knew. He's like, have you been drinking? I was like, negative, MG, I haven't. Something like, please don't say it. So first sergeant Green, this guy, like, let me describe. He's like 6'6", a black guy. Of
course. Yeah.
Massive dude. Like,
yeah.
Big, works out. Would see him at the gym all the time.
Could tear your head off.
Has chicken legs though. He's top.
If you ever see this guy again and he hears this, he's gonna fucking rip your head off.
Like I've always, since the army, I've always been a gym rat, but like this bro, top heavy all day.
He's a Jaime Cardenas. Shout out.
Dude, he'll beat you in an arm wrestle, bro.
Okay. Anyway.
But yeah, so he's standing a couple paces back, and MG Richards, and I'm like, negative, MG. But this guy looks at me, and I'm like, fuck, please. Like, I know the message that I'm sending is like, please don't fucking say anything. I really can't afford this, And he doesn't say anything. He's like, Garza, and first sergeant Green, he's just like, Garza, get in the car and head back to battalion. Like, head in the car and go back home. You're causing problems, man. We don't.
Yeah.
Anyways, so when I leave, they separate them. They separate Garcia and Morales because they're trying to figure out. So we stuck with the story. At least I did. Anyways, Garcia gets to talking to Garcia, and Garcia's like, "Hey, dude, I haven't changed the story. Everything's going great." I'm like, "Okay, man, you're taking the rap for it. You said it."
And then there's Morales.
Yep, little Morales. This guy's spilled the freaking beans, man.
What a jerk.
So huge butt. So as they get separated, Morales spills the beans. And moving forward, they're going to come after us, dude. They're going to give us Article 15s. This is pretty much like, we're going to do like 45 days extra duty, something like that along the lines.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we're thinking the worst. So my friend Morales, he starts doing research on this thing. So there's a bunch of policies and everything like that you can I guess, look at, or regulations that we have to and how things can happen and how things can't. And since they didn't read us our Miranda rights, when they first found out that like Garcia and Morales and us were all drunk, whatever, when they grabbed us, they were supposed to call an MP. An MP was supposed to be there, arrest us, read us our Miranda rights, and all that stuff. And so all that was
so you got off on a technicality.
Yeah, dude, got off on party my ass off in New York City.
Take that, Uncle Sam.
Yeah. Pow, 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 pow.
Read me my Miranda rights, bitch.
Yeah. I want a lawyer too.
I want a lawyer too. Read me my rights and get me my lawyer.
Yep.
So you got off scot-free.
It's one of the
minus
like,
a hangover.
Is it like the Sixth Amendment? Because what is the Miranda rights? Miranda rights is one of them.
Yeah, that's like your dude. I don't know. I'm gonna show my incompetence with this answer, but yeah, it's like your 6th or 7th or maybe your 13th. I don't know.
No,
I know the second is right to bear arms.
We have to look that up. So ignorant.
Bearing these arms, baby.
No.
That was really terrible. I apologize to everyone that was involved in that. Anyway, so that was your New York story. Afghanistan, and we're at 30 minutes, just so you know. So we already went over our 20-minute mark.
So in Afghanistan, my craziest thing, I remember calling my dad. I was like, Dad. But I was in Bagram. We had just got into Bagram. I hadn't showered in a minute, man. I remember. It was like my first shower in a minute, in a long time.
Yeah.
A couple days. I was grunging out, dude. Going black on underwear. You never go black on underwear and socks, dude.
Wait. Say that again. What?
Going black. Because there's green, red, and black, dude.
There's green, red, and black underwear?
No. There's like green, like you're full of underwear or you're full of something. Green.
Oh.
Red is like you're getting light, and then black. There's dude.
Is that an army thing or is that something you made up?
No, I think it's an army thing. That's
okay.
Yeah.
I've never heard that before, so yeah. I learned something new today. Anyway, so you're black on underwear. You're out of underwear.
No, I was getting close, but so we get there.
Haven't showered in 2 days, and you're in Afghanistan.
Maybe a couple more. It had to be like
4 days. Week.
Like a week. Yeah, a week and a half.
You're over the point where you're looking for a shower.
Nah, you kind of forget about it, dude.
I don't know if I could forget about showers, dude. I love my showers.
Like you think you can't. You think you don't. I was thinking the same thing before I joined the army, dude. Like, what? Go out. Ice is non-existent. But when there's no ice
is non-existent,
dude. Yeah, ice, bro. Like, say you go like out to the field and all you drink is water bottles or water.
There's no ice,
dude. There's just water, bro.
Wow, so no showers and no ice. 2 huge things that play a big role in my life daily.
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude, run out of ice.
So you just have to drink your whiskey just neat, huh?
Yeah. Well, we'd get in so much trouble if we did that. We would.
Oh yeah. I just poured a little Jim Beam shooter over some ice, and I was just thinking that would have been much less enjoyable if I didn't have access to ice. So, shout out to ice. Not like the customs, whatever.
Ice is. I've been in some situation where I was like, bro, where'd you get that ice, man?
Hey, where'd you get that ice, bro? You holding out on me? You freezing water over there, bro? You freezing water? You got some frozen water and you haven't told me.
Me being the mailman, in battalion, dude, I would, when we go to these field exercises, I was making connections with different people just out of, conversation and everything like that. They would hook me up with stuff. So you get it with supply, they would hook you up with stores, bro. Because they would get
it's all about who you know. And when you're the mailman, you know everybody.
You do. Everybody.
People got to get their mail. People got to get their mail.
Yep.
That's me. Okay, so you call your dad. You call your dad. You're fiending for a shower.
Yeah.
Things are probably not looking super up at this point.
Yeah, dude, it was looking pretty bleak, dude. It was
pretty bleak. Yeah, you're in a foreign country.
No, but you, like I said, you forget about it and everything like that. Like the first 2 days, you're like, man, I smell like I smell pretty bad. And then after
but past the shower, what's the phone call with your dad sound like?
Oh, okay. So we get the shower because we moved to Bagram. We get to
Yeah.
Bagram. That's it, like in transit to where I would be going to next. Whatever.
You're really focusing a lot on this shower. This shower must have been like a really influential time in your life. This is like a
Bro,
religious experience.
you don't
I
know.
know, sand everywhere. I'm sure you got sand in like every crevice of your
Dude,
body.
it's a lot of like dry sweat and like
Yeah, just terrible.
you're just putting through your uniform.
Okay,
But,
so your dad who used to kick you out of your house at 12:02 and then you'd come over and stay at my house. This is the man you're talking to right now. So what does he say? What do you say? What does he say?
So I remember like after doing my laundry and everything. So you got to think like Bagram is the main state, like it's the main base for like all allied nations.
Okay.
So you got to think about us, the Poles, the French, the Germans, the Croatians. The list is huge. Norwegian,
Everybody's there. Yeah.
there, dude. Everybody's there.
Yeah.
Freaking dude. The women there were so beautiful, bro.
I bet.
Oh my god.
Well, you got one of every country basically. I mean, there's a big melting pot there. Dude, maybe I should join the army.
Bro.
I don't know. Never mind. The whole
dude, you have to buy a big cane, dude.
But then I think back to the whole no shower and no ice thing, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm out.
Yeah, dude.
I'm out. I'm too first world for that. I'm sorry, that makes me sound really like a terrible person, but
I think with how I was raised, like I didn't really mind it. Like it was just a grungy way of living. Like once you convince
and like you said, at this point in time, you have a sense of fulfillment. You know, you feel like you're a leg in a larger picture. You know, so you're doing your part. So
yeah, so there in Bagram, I'm there, and where we were at, there was these little transit tents, and in between these transit tents, there's like I explain it, but there's like these little trenches where you can like hop in, and maybe I have to say like it was maybe like I'm trying to guesstimate like maybe 40 to 60 meters away, maybe 70. I'm trying to think. No, not meters. Yeah, meters. And I see this thing, and I'm walking, whatever, and it's a huge radio tower, like super high. So I'm walking between the, like the wall leading up to that, and the transit tents right here with the barriers or whatever, with the trenches dug, and a rocket, dude. This thing sounded like a bottle rocket. Like if you ever light up a bottle rocket, this is what it sounds exactly like that. Like it's just like it's so fast. So anyways, this thing comes and it sounds like a bottle rocket. I was like, boom! It tried hitting the radio tower, but it missed. And as it missed, like it shook the whole ground, like.
Oh my god.
And I remember, dude, like I don't know how I did it, but I like dropped and like rolled and like just landed in the trench. I was like, fuck. Like, what the fuck is going on? And I just remember people like, boom, because the transit tents were like right there. So they're scrummaging around, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And they're just like, man, get to the bunkers and, get inside or get to that side, And I'm just like, oh, fuck. Where the fuck is this coming from?
Are you armed right now?
Yeah. I am. But it's still, though, like, you're still trying to figure out where the fuck.
No, yeah. I'm not saying that makes it any better, but I'm just like, dude, do you at least have a weapon on you? Like, this sounds.
Yeah.
So who shot this? Who shot the rocket?
Old fisticuffs, dude. They're about to figure things out.
Put them up, see? We're gonna duke this out like we did in the old days, see? Okay, who shot the rocket, man?
Huh?
Who shot the rocket?
I'm guessing whoever.
Civilian? Al Qaeda or that
again. Yeah. Out there or whatever, or probably I don't even know. One of my friends, Broderick, dude, he put it this way. He was a gunner for
and gunners are kind of like crazy, right? They're like they like put themselves in risk though, like more than others. Is that true?
But it's not like something like in the sense of bravery. I think it's more sense like when you're out there, you're by yourself and you're with other people that you're by yourself with, and you want to come home, like not in a
Yeah.
like you're like, oh bro, like, but at the same time, like you build like a bond, man. It's like a brotherly bond. Or
No,
like
I know what you're saying.
you
Yeah,
got
like we all got to get home.
coming back from deployment was one of the most amazing things I've ever experienced, man. Like in the sense
Why?
of like community, camaraderie, and like just people, friends doing so many cool things with other friends. Like
Yeah.
and happy to be back. Uh,
Yeah.
even there having good times. But
Well, I mean, if that rocket, I mean, finds you, I mean, that's the end. I mean,
yo,
that's
yeah,
it.
dude, yeah, poof, dude, family
Yeah,
1,000, dude. You're welcome.
dude, that's wild. I didn't even know that happened, and I'm like low key, like, wow,
No,
I'm really glad I didn't lose my best friend that day.
I think I don't know those
That's
things.
wild, dude. I didn't know that. Obviously, if anybody's still listening, we don't script this stuff out, and that's the first time I've heard this story. So it's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
it's pretty
And I could
wild.
imagine other people have crazier stories, and mine even then, dude. Even then, during deployment, mailman all day, bro.
Yeah.
I loved it. I had patrol sets and everything like that would help me out, dude. And I could say that I was the joy of a lot of people. I brought so much joy to people, and I loved it. Like, yo, dude,
Well,
what's up?
and I think that kind of like ties back around to like why we kind of want to do this, because we've talked about like we just want to make people laugh. We just
Yeah,
we want to bring joy to people. I mean, that's what our world is lacking most right now, I'd say.
oh, here, dude.
I mean, depression is an epidemic. Like I'm prescribed. I'm not afraid to say it, and we just need more joy. We just need more love, and I feel
Yeah,
like that's a very common thing that we both have for each other and anybody and everybody else that wants it. So
yeah.
that's crazy, though. I'm sure I'm not alone when I say thank you for your service and for going out there and putting yourself in those situations, man. It's nuts.
Hey, dude, to those people, I thanks, man. But I would say to you can't say no. Like you can't if you're
Well,
going.
I said no. I've never said yes. So.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, you're in the club. Like once you're in the army, like, and you're like, okay, we're deploying. Like who wants to go first? For
Yeah,
me, I always wanted to raise my hand. Always.
yeah,
Like, yeah, let's get the fuck out of here, dude. I'm done with this place.
yeah.
See somewhere else already. Like, if I could get a free flight, let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
So I don't know. Even over there, like
So hold on. Let me go back to that story real quick. What happened to that dude that shot the missile? Did he like get gunned down, or what? What the
I
hell happened
honestly
there?
do like so much stuff. Nah, man. It's just like it's part of deployment. Like, you're not.
Well, what happened to him? Did they chase him down, or did he
No,
get
well, yeah,
away, or?
they have Apaches and stuff like that that'll do that. But like
So
you're
he got gunned down by an Apache?
no, like I said, I don't know that for sure. But I'm saying
But
though,
probably.
yeah, probably.
That's awesome. I mean, not awesome. It sucks. He should have never shot the rocket. I don't like when anybody dies, but if you're
Yeah,
gonna shoot a
yeah,
rocket, like that's probably bad things are gonna happen to you. So
yeah. No, for sure. Oh man, no,
so
yeah.
you really think that he got gunned down by an Apache, huh?
Well, they're not gonna send. They're not gonna send like foot soldiers to run after him. Like
Well,
if no one can get him,
so
if no one can get him in a watchtower, and it's like a lot of them, if they're taking a lot of like incoming or something like that, or if we're taking a lot of incoming, then they'll send helicopters. But I would say for the most part, like I don't know, these guys are just trying to really shoot mortars over a fence, and shoot rockets out of PVC pipes, dude. Maybe get their
yeah.
hands on like a rocket launcher, maybe, but
Mm-hmm.
like a low budget one, bro. Like it's
Well,
still.
yeah, exactly.
I'm not saying
No,
any.
it's a rocket.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, but
it's not
in the
hard to
same before, like
manufacture a rocket.
I don't. No, it's like stuff laid over or wherever the heck they're getting their stuff from. But it's like a
Well, yeah,
huge pool of like a lot of things. Like
it's basically just a lot of gunpowder. I mean, that's essentially what a rocket is. It's
no,
just
no, I'm not saying that. Even them getting it, like
yeah,
yeah, who you would just have to imagine how many hands have touched something like that, you know?
yeah, yeah. Well, I
Like,
was just thinking, what happened to that dude? Like,
yeah.
but he probably got
He's
gunned
irrelevant,
down
bro.
somewhere. Yeah,
He's
yeah.
irrelevant, dude. He missed. Yeah.
You missed your cut,
That's
bro.
it, dude. Yeah, he missed it.
That's not funny, but it is. Anyway, so all right. So then you got done with the army. Where are you at now? What's up in
Okay, so
Austin
yeah,
Garza's life now?
got done with the army in 2017.
Moved to Houston,
And no, so I was in the valley. I was back in the valley. I wanted to look after my grandparents.
McAllen, Texas. For those
Yeah,
listening at home, we're gonna refer to that as the Valley from this point forward. So you've been
yeah.
warned.
So yeah, so home, pretty much looking after my grandparents. But one of my uncles, man, he's a bad guy, and he was using. I think he was just using my grandparents' house like as a.
When hold on, when you say he's a bad guy, give me more details on that. Why is he a
Nah,
bad
dude,
guy?
he's bad, dude. He's just bad. He's a gangster for sure. He's a gangster. That guy is a bad dude. Um, oh, but
He's okay. So he's a gangster, like he's a legitimate gangster, like he's in.
yeah, like not like a gangster,
He
like
has gang ties.
he
Like,
wears baggy jeans or anything like that. But nah,
well, no, but he's has legitimate gang ties.
yeah, for sure.
Okay, well
So
we'll stop there so we don't get anybody in trouble. So
just because all I know,
feds, I mean, no, he's a mailman. He's a mailman.
yeah, yeah. Um, but yeah, so I'm looking after my grandparents. That doesn't work out. So I go to my dad's, and then my dad's doesn't work out either. And I come to Houston.
Yeah, shocker that your dad's didn't work out.
Yeah, right. Well,
Yeah,
whoopsie.
yeah.
Again, that so I come to my mom's, love it here, dude. No stress. Going to school, loving it, man. About to get my associates in the fall. Transfer to UH. I'm at Warren Community College, dude. It's great. The only thing I don't like is that people don't answer or respond to their emails, dude. Like they don't fucking
Yeah.
in school. There's no such thing as teamwork in school. It drives me nuts.
Yeah.
It's just like nothing. There's nothing. They
Yeah.
just take everything.
Well, especially at a community college, man. I mean, not to pick on community colleges because
Yeah.
I know a lot of great people that attended, but you also have to shake through some of the kind of less desirable students
Yeah.
when you're working on projects together. So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
does the GI Bill take care of that then, or like your
Yeah.
tuition wise, or
Hear that, and
that's
then
nice.
for the Hazelwood Act, they pay for like another 120 or 160 hours or something like that. So the idea that I have is to get my doctorate in political science.
Ooh,
If I can do that, then that would be that'd be a nice spot somewhere. But
want to
that,
be a doctor, huh?
oh yeah, dude.
Dr. Garza,
I was
Dr. Austin Garza,
yep, swinging that
poli
big,
sci.
dude. Whoa, dude.
Well, what would you want to do with that if you were a
Uh, I would
doctor in poli
I would
sci?
like to be like a policy analyst, man. I would like to
Policy analyst.
that or work or try to work with like international trade. I'll just look like thinking about it because when you get to a master or a doctorate, you have these four different like I guess sub things that make up political science. And I wanted to do comparative politics and international relations. But I've been reading this book and it's just talking about stuff like that. And
What book is it? What book
it,
are you reading?
it was talking about Rich Dad
What
Poor Dad,
book?
reading Rich Dad Poor Dad, and he was
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about his time working with international trade and stuff like that. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking in that sense, I don't want to say like selfishly, but at the same time, if I love what I'm doing, I could make even more money out of it. That'd be great,
Exactly.
you know.
Yeah, that's the idea, right?
So doing that, but I would really say that I would like to work at the White House, dude, as like White House staff for policies, like executive orders and stuff like that. That'd be sick. That'd be the
Wouldn't that be
best.
cool?
That'd be chill, dude. Like, oh, where do you work
Yeah.
out? I can't tell you, dude. I'm a mailman, dude.
The old head of state, the old big guy sits in the
Yeah,
Oval Office.
you can't even say that, dude. You
Yeah.
can't. They'd be after you, bro. You'd be like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a mailman, actually.
Yeah. Exactly. I know him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's chill.
I
It's
deliver his
fine.
mail, you know. But yeah, man. So yeah, that would be the idea, something like that, or the UN. Because at that time, once you have a doctorate, you're a subject matter expert, or at least you should be.
So let me ask you a question. Where do you think how would you view the state of the United States of America right now? Where do you think we're at? What's going right? What's going wrong? Where do you think we're at?
I think people, what I think, this is what I think. I think people are losing empathy, and I think that's due to a lot of television. That's what I think it is. I think
Bold
it's due to,
statement. Television. When you say television, what do you mean by television?
I think people becoming more superficial and caring about themselves.
Yeah.
And the identity politics and the what is that word that I'm looking for? I'm blanking right now. But like,
Polarization.
no, not polarization, like in the sense of how they pull a crowd in. I forgot what
Oh
it's
yeah.
I forgot what it's called.
It's
But anyhow, so you have
identity-based politics. I mean,
this
that's
BS, very exaggerated news.
yeah.
They don't they don't cover things like this. And one of the things that I asked my government teacher, I'd be like, how are we regulating like things like Google or Yahoo, big search engines or Facebook that are making money off of consumers, but also they have the ability to regulate what we see and what we can post. Like when these are all public forums, like how are we doing that to for them to not invade our privacy and at the same time us be able to use our First Amendment? Right. I don't know. Stuff like that.
Exactly.
I think people are full of shit, man. Like when it comes to that. But that's like
Well,
super deep, dude.
I mean, there's an obvious agenda, by both the right and the left,
But it's just
and
so
it's all
influence.
designed to it's all designed to influence people. It's all designed to get attention, get clicks, to get people to tune in, and they're gonna say whatever they want to say or do whatever they need to do to A, hit their target audience, and B, get viewers. So
Yeah, no, for sure.
it's pretty simple. I mean, it sucks, and I think you said it best. Like, how can they get away with it? But
I don't think. And my thing is when people like I heard a conversation like that women earn less than men, and I'm just in the sense of like I asked the girl, I was like, have you ever experienced that though? I'm not saying that it's not prevalent, but I hate when people like spout off like different stats that they can't relate to.
well, yeah, I dated a girl for a long time. Well, not a long time, probably about 6 months, but we would
I'm just using that as
class.
an example too.
Yeah,
Not really
yeah.
her.
She was more left leaning, and I was more right leaning,
Mhm.
and I would, not to completely get people to hate us right off the bat, but I'd say like, well, why hasn't a company created, a business that just solely employs women and pays them what they're worth? Like I just don't. I'm sure it happens. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm
Mhm.
sure like some asshole CEO is like, yeah, well, Martha's gonna get pregnant, so let's pay her 36 grand a year, and let's pay Eric 46 grand a year. I'm not saying it doesn't happen or it's never happened, but I
Yeah,
just don't think it's a prevalent enough issue
yeah, yeah,
to.
deal.
But going back to what you said, if one side can corner that and market it and make it part of their agenda, then you can go back to what you said about being in the army, create that group of like, I'm connected to these people.
Yeah,
like we're
and that's why
fighting for the same thing.
politics comes into play, man. But yeah,
Yeah.
like I just think that I wish people, and even people in general, I wish people were more empathetic. That's what I wish. I
Yeah.
wish that was something that would happen. I don't
Yeah.
think for that.
And I think at the end of the day, I don't want my wife or either of my sisters making less money just solely based on their gender. I mean, I would be livid about that. And if that's a real
Yeah.
problem, then
What?
it needs to get addressed. But at the end of
Yeah.
the day, there's just like this polarization and separation of our country. And it's, I mean, like primarily done by you got to be right or you got to be left, man. Like, you can't just be on the fence. You can't just like say,
Independent.
well, yeah, I see some things on the right that I like, and I see some things on the left that I like. You know, I'm just kind of floating along in the middle. No, dude, you got to pick a side. You got to pick a side. You can't waste your vote, you know, on the Libertarian Party. Like,
Well,
you got to pick a side.
I would say for the most part, I don't know. That stuff like doesn't even like I would just say that use your right to vote. Read both platforms, see what they stand for, see what they don't, and then make your judgment. Try to watch the debates. People don't watch the debates anymore. People don't watch the news in general, but what they do hear and read is just like I said, exaggerated.
They read titles. They don't read articles. They read titles.
Yeah, or they're not really good readers. You know, I don't know. I would just say a lot because I read a lot of stuff like off of Washington Post, but even then, like when you try to find something like unbiased, it's still leaning towards something, I guess.
Yeah.
But
well, I'm gonna direct this back towards more of an interview because I kind of bunny trail this off there, and we're at 56 minutes, so let's keep it under an hour.
Yeah.
What do you want to finish up with here? The last 3 minutes is your stage. What do you want to communicate? Why when we talked about starting a podcast, because it happened pretty quick. It was like probably a week ago that we had a conversation that was like, dude, we should do a podcast. And now here we are. And I don't know. I think people will listen, and if they don't, that's okay too. But why do you want to do this? What do you have to communicate with the world?
Honestly, I think it would be fun. It'd be fun, and I feel like I'd have some good conversations. Good conversations that other people are thinking about.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Like, oh yeah, shit. Like you know when you sit in front of somebody and you're like, man, I didn't know that. Or like, are you serious? Like, oh, like, dang, I didn't know that at all. Yeah, like there's just certain things where you're just like, I don't know, like, dang, I learn something new every day or something. You know?
You just wanna woke people up a little bit.
Well, and this is good too because I'm going into a Texas government class this next summer too. I'm about to just have stuff to talk about because my government class was ridiculous in the sense of how the judicial branch works, from the executive, legislative, you know, everything like PACs and so on and so forth, like how they subsidize grants and how the state negotiates with the federal on how they get budgeting or funding. I don't know, it's just crazy, man. Just crazy.
It's wild.
Yeah. In the sense of like just being aware of your government and what they can and can't do. But yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. But yeah, I thought it would be fun. That's why I wanted to start it from the get-go. But the only thing is that I didn't follow through, dude. I need to get better at following through, man. Because my issue is I stack a lot of things on my plate, dude, and then I don't know how to unstack it. I'm just like, oh, I want to pull that one out. Or like, maybe. You know? So it's like, so start with like one thing.
Podcast. Well, we're following through now, so here we are.
Yeah. There
so
we go.
That said, we're at 59 minutes. So I say we wrap up, and I'll hit the stop record button. So
it was a great interview, dude.
That was it. That was the first episode of Los Diablos.
Los Diablos.
which for our white friends at home means the Devils.
Yeah. You meant
So
for like a fighting rooster or something.
yeah. Roosters. Yep, for
Yeah,
sure.
fighting roosters do.
So
Yeah.
thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you again next time for an interview of Austin interviewing Alex. Should be a good time. So see y'all on the other side.
Later. I think you're still recording.